So I remember us being on tour in December, and we had to deliver the album for the end of January. We only had a couple of songs recorded, and the deadline was looming.
Yeah.
And I remember we were coming back middle of December on the ferry coming back to England from Holland, and you said to me, "Oh, I want to speak to you later. I got an idea about, this album." And I'm like, "Okay, I want to hear it." So we eventually had a conversation on the way back, and you suggested, "Why don't you come to my studio, at your house?" And we made 4 records before, remotely, never together, just sending files back and forth on the internet. And I thought, this is an intriguing idea.
For me, the essence, like the nub of the album wasn't there yet. And I felt like we needed to be together this time to define what that was so that we could see the whole album. And getting together was, something we'd never done before.
Yeah, we got home, we were home for like 1 or 2 days. I came up to yours. We didn't have anything sort of prepped. We didn't talk about anything, just kind of came up with the guitar. And the very first track that we started was the track for the album, track 1, Stevie and Sly. And I just remembered there was very little talking about it. And we just I kind of launched in on, we talked about tempo or something. Launched in on a drum track and laid that down.
The drum beat went down. It had a kind of Womack and Womack footsteps, tempo and feel to it. Phaser on the Rhodes, my man on the guitar. We just started jamming out some chord sequences, and very quickly,
very quick.
with the 1 to 2 minutes, I'd say we had the major harmonic information for the track.
Yeah, the bass line was instantaneous.
Yeah.
I remember. One of my favorite parts about that track, because that was all just like boom, 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 and it was so solid. But Andy had bought some Jarritos, Mexican sodas, because when we'd be in America, every now and again I would find some, and I'd always if I found some, I'd get Andy one, and it was kind of like a tour thing. So Andy got some, and they were in the fridge, and we had a couple in the studio, and they were laying there, and I just remember looking at the bottles and going, we need to play bottles on this track. That was just such a great overdub, and we did it together, and it adds a bit of magic to the track. It just makes it makes the rhythm, really,
Yeah, it's a great
jumpy.
different texture, puts it in a different space, gives that same section later on a different identity when it's stripped out with a breakdown.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of fun.
It was hard to play, right?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to play. And that sort of thing where you get the liquid in there and to get the pitches, and then...
Yeah, we were emptying out bits just to get the pitch right, weren't we?
And then you'd hit it, and then it'd be going boom, 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 and all of a sudden it'd be like clack, clack, clack. You'd be like moving around trying to get the note again, and then like, okay, I got it out. That's the chord.
The whole song is, and this is a song I wrote with a friend, Connor Reeves, who's a fantastic musician and songwriter. But I was talking to him about how I'd always felt a bit out of time as a person, as a musician, that I would have had my time in the 60s and 70s. If I was a musician back then, I'd just probably be having my cake and eating it. So it's a bit pining for nostalgia, and imagining perhaps what it would be like to be working and living back then, and the video that we've just made with George Moore kind of speaks to that idea. Those 2 names are like massive figureheads in music of that time and soul music of that time, but they seem like really good, clear figureheads to hang a lyric on.
And what about 1975? Because you could have chose other years in the 70s, but was that because it sang nice, or was there a reason for that?
If I'm honest, Sly and 1975 was the rhyme.
I got you. So just a functional rhyme.
Yeah, well...
1974.
Yeah.
1977.
Take me back to Sly and Stevie. Take me back to 1973. But...
You fucked up, bro.
No, man, Sly, 5. It kind of works. There's great works in 75, but, the whole of the 70s
Well, yeah.
producing Gold Top Milk.
Yeah.
Take me back to Stevie Sly.